Hey everybody, I wanted to make a quick little video on the people who, and this is for the mental illness community, not really the reptile community. So if you're for the reptile people subbing on me, just this is irrelevant, just ignore it. But I used to deal with the main reason I got a YouTube account was really to deal with the mental health community, and now that I've gotten into herpetology, I really just deal with a lot of herping. I don't do the sub for sub thing. I had a kid who told me the other day, hey, sub back. I don't care about all that. I'm not gonna sub you. I'm only gonna subscribe to people who I want to see dealing with reptiles. I'm gonna subscribe to a lot of people. I don't care if you subscribe to me or not. So that's the deal with that. Anyway, in a lot of forums, people were worried about getting off Seroquel because people had problems before, and right now I'm still doing the Paxil thing, which is pretty cool. Paxil's tough to get off, but I think it's the same as citalopram. If you've been taking citalopram for a while, you have the same effects. Some people say that Paxil's the absolute worst. I've gotten off of Seroquel Cold-Turkey after taking a lot, 40 milligrams. But, and it is tough. It is tough. You have no idea until you try it and get off of it, at least for over a year. You have the brain zaps, which make you so dizzy, you're nauseous, but you can't vomit. Sometimes you want to vomit. It's tough. You lose balance, migraines, everything. The only things that I'm pretty much taking now is going to be butabarbital and Paxil, which pretty much makes me in a good mood and controls my head from racing so fast. The reason I had to quit Seroquel was because of the fact that I was my dosage just kept increasing. As far as the physician goes, and it's actually a miracle drug. I wouldn't mind going back on it, but it was making me oversleep so much I kept going late to work, and my work hours change all the time. So if I had a stable schedule, I would, I could know what time to take it, go to sleep early. But because my schedule changed from week to week, it wasn't good, and I don't want to lose my job. Even though Seroquel makes me a better person. Anyway, Seroquel, getting off of it cold turkey, is nothing compared to citalopram and Paxil and other medications, Xanax. I've been through a lot of them for manic depression, but it works way more powerfully than the other drugs, it seems like. If you take Paxil, you just start on it, you probably won't notice anything for a few weeks. Seroquel, you'll notice it right away. It's like getting hit with like a tranquilizer. You'll pass out pretty much right away. Especially if you have a high dosage, you're not used to it. You'll have these palpitations. You don't know what's a dream, what's not a dream. You'll oversleep. You'll feel like there's 1,000 pounds on you all the time. Your eyelids are heavy. You're so tired. You're very lethargic, pretty much. And then after a while, you get used to it, and it sets these boundaries so you're not too manic or too depressed. You're at a good boundary. It's a miracle drug. The only reason I had to get rid of it is because I blame my job for not giving me a stable schedule. But if I had a schedule that was more subtle that I can work with, I'm definitely gonna get back on it. So right now I'm just doing the Paxil thing. So people who are worried about getting off of Seroquel, if you've gotten off of other meds like Xanax, Paxil, citalopram, whatever it may be, it's even Zoloft, things like that, Seroquel is really not that bad getting off, as far as my experience. Of course, everyone's idiosyncratic, but my experience was easy. It's like I stopped taking it, and for the 3 days after that, I was like really jittery, palpitation, I couldn't sleep right. Then after that, I think the 3 days following those hyperactive manic days, my thoughts were racing really fast. Then I got to a point where I was just so tired, I just wanted to sleep all the time. That actually lasted about 3 to 4 days, but I didn't get any brain zaps or anything, which is probably one of the worst things, because those things make you nauseous and out of balance. But Seroquel just did pretty much I stayed awake for about 2 or 3 days straight. Then I hit a very slow pace where I was tired for about 4 days after that. Then boom, it's like back to normal again. It was perfectly fine, like if I never took the drug. But taking something like Seroquel is pretty cool because it gives you a different point of view on yourself. You've been living, people who have manic depression have been living in a certain circle, and they're so arrogant because that's their self-defense mechanism in a way. And what it did to me, it pulled me apart, and it made me look at myself from a different point of view. and help me correct myself and not let these things get to me that were getting to me, because things are going to get to you, but you can control how much you want to let it get to you as far as stressors. And so now that I stopped taking, I came back, I can see, things are, I can control my life a little better. But I mean, of course, that goes with anyone who takes psychotropic drugs or medications. They go on it, once they feel better, they stop it, and then the thing, all their symptoms recur after a while. I don't want that to happen. So this is only a temporary thing as far as the job thing goes. But as far as people being fearful of quitting, I really don't even see you need to wean off. I was taking 600 milligrams a day, so I mean, I think weaning is not a bad problem. I would be more inclined to wean off of Paxil, especially Paxil or citalopram, which is even a killer, than not having to worry about Seroquel. So just a little thing for you to not worry about for anyone that needs to stop taking Seroquel because of certain reasons like that, which is pretty cool. But if you feel that your symptoms are totally eradicated and you think that you can just, oh, I don't need the medicine anymore, you're wrong. You can, yeah, you'll do fine without it for a few months, but then the symptoms are going to come back. So but if it's a temporary thing, don't stress over it. Never do anything without your physician knowing, because I didn't just stop this out of nowhere.